Hey everybody, how you doing? Today we're going to find out what works better, Roundup or regular vinegar, salt, and a little bit of dish soap. So I'm going to mix all this in here, and I'm going to use Roundup, and I'm going to take it out in the yard, and I'm going to spray a little section and label both sections to see which one kills faster and which one lasts longer. So let's get to it. See, I don't know what the ratio is to Roundup. Is this going to be like a concentrated Roundup that I'm going to be making here, or what? But God, I can't get... Wow, is that hard. I'm going to put the whole thing in here and see what we get when we put all the... and mix it up real good. And you know what's really weird is I'm using a Roundup sprayer against Roundup. I don't know. So I'll use all the salts. And as the old saying goes, they used to say, salt the earth and nothing will grow. I don't know. That's a lot of salt. I don't know what ratio to use for vinegar and salt or not, but I know the dish soap will help the salt clean and break the tension, the surface tension between you know, of the water. So that's everything there. And now for some vinegar. Now that Roundup was $5 something. We'll round it up to $6. How much is a gallon of vinegar?
Round up to $3 a gallon.
Huh?
$3 a gallon.
Oh. So vinegar is $3 a gallon. So that'd be $6. How much is salt? Was like $1.50 or something.
80 cents.
80 cents for some salt. And this is a 2-gallon pump sprayer, so I can put all of this in there. Because I'm going to make, why I'm making so much is I got a thing in the backyard that I'm going to spray the ditch that has weeds. Nobody wants to cut the grass back there. If I cut back there, I cut the grass back there. I cut the ditch all the way down. But nobody wants to cut the grass. So we got high weeds and everything like that. So I'm just going to spray and kill it with the rest of this. So I'll shake this up really good and take this out and mark off a spot and bam! Give it a shot. Alright, I got it all. I got salt, vinegar, and soap and Roundup. So let's get to working. Kills to the roots, guaranteed. I'll soak the hell out of it. And I mixed this up really well. Let's pump it up and get going. Soak it really good. And we'll come back in about an hour or so and see what we get. And then we'll come back later on and we'll just keep doing progression through this thing to see how long it lasts and how, until something starts growing back or whatever. Alright, gotta keep waiting. Well, it's been a couple hours. In about 15 minutes I came back and it just started changing color. They almost looked exactly the same. So this is a couple hours later, so we're gonna keep an eye on it and see what happens later on. Alright, now it's about 7 hours in, and I think the Roundup looks like it did a better job than the salt and vinegar and soap. So we'll keep going. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning. Yeah, you got less green, and you got some more green in there, but you got less green in there. So it's working pretty good. We'll see what we got tomorrow morning, like I said. Well, here we are 24 hours later, and you can see the same thing is happening. I'm thinking there's, you know, more green in that than that one over there, the Roundup. So far it's working pretty good. Well, it's been about 5 days, and you can see this is you got a couple green ones coming back in there, and then the same with this. You got a couple new ones coming back in. Not as much on this one as this one does. Just got a couple big ones, but it still worked really well. I don't know. It's going pretty long, so we'll just keep an eye on it. Maybe a couple more days, come back and look at it again. All right, everybody. It's just been over 2 weeks since I sprayed this one with salt and vinegar and soap, and this one with Roundup. And it looks like it's a pretty even match here, except you got a little bit of green growing back here, but you got these two big broadleaf ones, and it's a pretty good weed killer, grass killer. If you don't want to use the chemicals that that are harmful and stuff like that, you could just use this for, and you don't have to worry about your animals, your dogs or cats or whatever, walking on it. So there you go. That's about it. It works pretty good.